Hi everyone, happy Friday. So I hope your week's been going well and you're enjoying your Friday. So there's a very old London bus going past. So luckily I got my phone out just in time to record that. Anyway, so today's video, I headed down to the charity shops, down Leith Walk, and then quickly over to Stockbridge. So here we go. So this is the Bethany store at the top of Leith Walk. So we'll just have a quick look in the windows before going inside. Now it was very busy, crazy busy with people because of the festival. But I thought I'd still give it a go and just film where I can, just to cut out any people that might be in the way. And, just to keep it going. And just to show you what's on offer, even when it's busy, because I did get something pretty cool today. So you will see that later. So I got that over in Stockbridge, but like I say, you will see that later. Let's get back to it now. So here's a very nice clock, a wall clock. And you can see the price there. So probably Edwardian, early 1900s. So just checking out the furniture first as I walked in. And just looking around. And here's a nice desk, but it appears to be, close inspection, it's actually an Indian made, which I would say is a copy. And it's not very old. And you can see the price there. But this is very old. This looks Georgian. Made from pine. It's a very nice piece of furniture. You can see the price. It's got its original key as well. So it's obviously been painted grey, which is a shame, which could be, stripped off if you want to get it back down to the original wood. Now this would look great in a kitchen, and it's got dovetail joins there on the drawers, as you can see. So that could be nicely restored. And here's a cabinet. It's got broken glass now. It's a DIY project, if you have time for that. Now, that, like I say, the glass is broken. Anyway, here's a better view of that piece of furniture that's been painted grey. Anyway, let's go over to the cabinets and have a quick look in here. I'll just slowly show you what's on offer. You can see all those glasses. And a box of dominoes. So I did actually ask to look at them, and it turned out they were £20 for that box set of dominoes. And if you watched my video, funny enough, I actually put on yesterday, I picked up a box dominoes set for £3. So it's a bit of a difference there. But anyway, if you want them, they're there. They're waiting for you in that charity shop. So that appears to be Mexican. This looks like clay, like a candle holder. And then you've got this vintage looking tin. Now I don't think it's old, it's probably 60s, possibly even 80s. It's made to look old, but it's not old. A nice glass bowl, green glass bowl. You can see the price. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything in here that you like in this video. So we're going to go over now to the jewellery section and just have a quick look in the cabinet here. So it's going to be a busy weekend again, with Sunday with the early morning car boot sale again, getting stock. So the fun never ends. So again, there'll be more videos, especially on Sunday. Sunday will be the next video, just to show you what I pick up, and of course what I paid for the items, and we will see, fingers crossed. So now just looking at the bric-a-brac on the shelves. Lots of porcelain, ceramics. Like I say, they get stuff in every day. And luckily, I went down to Stockbridge. I mean, the thing I picked up is pretty cool. It's Scottish, and like I say, pretty cool. It had just been put in today. So, quite happy about that. You will see it quite soon. So you see a load of little glass bottles there. You could, I mean, they're £1. You could, I don't know what, maybe put something in there, like a little ship in a bottle. And then sell them online. Here's a nice money box. Now I look closer at it and it's not old. It's been stained to look old. And I think it's Swedish, Scandinavian, but not old. And that First World War shell is still there, and that brass shell, as you can see, the 18-pounder shell, as in the type of cannon rather than the price. I think the price was £25, if I remember. So just looking on the shelves, just looking around. And here's a cast iron, Victorian cast iron kettle. That's pretty cool. They would look nice in a fireplace or in a kitchen. So I picked it up. You can see it underneath. There's some maker's name or maker's something pint written on the base, or stamped on the base. When I say stamped, it's actually when it was casted rather than stamped. Yeah, I've got my hand nicely covered in soot because it was covered in black soot. So at some point it must have been just left wherever it was in a fireplace, and they didn't clean it. It was, like I said, it was covered in soot, chimney soot. So my hands were pretty dirty afterwards. Which is quite cool because then you know it's original as well. It's not some sort of copy. Right, let's get to the next store, which is only like 2 doors down. It's a homeless type charity for obviously, helping homeless people. They also have food in there, so people that are homeless can go and have something to eat. It's all donated food, and yeah, it's quite a good cause. So we'll just look in here, see if there's any bits in here. So if you do come up to Edinburgh, you know where to go. There's shops along Leith Walk. There's more, I'd say more concentrated shops, as in the amount of shops in Stockbridge. So, yep, and there's obviously near the castle as well, on the Newington Road, towards Morningside, and also the Gorgie Road. So there's quite a few charity shops. Then you've got antique shops dotted around the city as well, if you're interested in antique books, jewellery, furniture, all sorts of things. And down at Leith, there's Georgian Antiques. That's the name of the business, by the way. It's in a massive warehouse, an old customs house or building. Huge building. I think it's got 4 or 5 floors. It's massive. Hey everyone. And it's full of furniture and bits like old pewter and, like I said, old oak furniture that they've got from local places. Furniture dating to the 1600s all the way up to the Victorian times. So that's worth checking out. So it's Georgian Antiques is the name of the business. So you can probably look them up online. They're on Instagram. They are quite expensive, but you get what you pay for. But if you've got more time on your hands, there are auction houses, and also maybe, again, like you've got antique markets like Newark, big Newark one. And some of these, like I say, the car boot sales, sometimes they have furniture. But if you're in a rush, head down to Georgian Antiques and look for a nice bit of furniture there. So this is the St. Columba's charity shop. Just going to look like we just looked in the windows before going in. Straight to the bric-a-brac section, just to see if there's anything there that they've just put in. More or less just to show you the kind of things they sell. Now, luckily it's a big city. Well, not too big. It's not as big as London, but there's like I say, a huge turnover of donations and antiques that get put in these charity shops. So looking forward to winter time. Lots more videos to come. And I mean lots, because I think it's quite cool to share all this. It's a nice record as well. Yeah, just looking around. Some nice little miniature like teapots and a little creamer jug, a sugar bowl. Some teacups and saucers, nice little set. So these two are interesting. It's a sugar bowl and a creamer jug with a little child with a, looks like a Victorian top hat. So they're ceramic. Now, I think that's missing its scoop, but maybe it's not meant to have a scoop. Who knows? If you know, let me know in the comments. Here's a nice little vase. If you're into little vases, you can make it into an incense burner type thing. And some acrylic bits. And that's an acrylic 3D. I think it's been done with a laser, because it's internally, there's like a model internally inside the acrylic that's been zapped, I think, by a laser, to give it that like a white 3D impression. Right, let's go over to the other cabinet. I've just put the lights on so you can see inside the cabinet. They tend to put their more expensive rare items in this cabinet. So again, just looking around inside. So the compass is still there. £60, I think it's Second World War. That pestle and mortar is still there. That's been there for probably 2 years now. I think it's £70, if I remember. Right, time to go over to Stockbridge. So here we are. Here's the Bethany store in Stockbridge. So I saved you the huge walk over, because it's a bit of a walk over. Anyway, good bit of exercise. So we're just looking in the windows. We're going over to the other window now, just to see if they put any antique bits out today. And there we go, that's what I spotted in the window. Can you see that water jug? The stag horn handle, nice Victorian Scottish one. Silver plated pewter. Only £15. So just looking at it, I thought, yeah, going to go inside. That's the first thing I'm going to buy. So straight to the counter, basically, and I asked them to show it to me, and here we go. This is it. It does have a dent on one side, but it doesn't matter. I think it's pretty rare because of the handle, the nice staghorn handle. It's very Scottish. You can see the price, only £15. It's a bargain. Had maker's marks on the base, so yeah, it's silver plated pewter. Very happy with that. So late Victorian or very early 1900s in date. I just really like the staghorn handle. Right, now let's have a look around the rest of the store. But like I say, when I see something I like in the window, I get it straight away. I don't look around first and then get it, because that's how you lose out on something. Anyway, just looking at the back of the store, the bric-a-brac, just showing you some of the maker's marks. Because in the store, like I say in the past, I remember there were people that actually lost out on things because they took their time. If you take your time, you'll absolutely lose out on things if you think twice. So here's a nice cigar box. It's a vintage one. Nice mahogany one. It's only £5. So again, just looking around. So I mean, that water jug, I mean, £15. They have no problem getting £25–30 for that, if not a bit more. Because you just don't see them with a staghorn handle, even though it's got a dent on one side. So now we're walking over to Stockbridge. So I'll just show you this nice clock tower. And just over the side, showing you the river, which is very low because of the very warm weather. So obviously the water level is very low. And this restaurant does really good pizzas, by the way. So it's worth, if you visit Edinburgh, come down to Stockbridge, have a nice pizza. Anyway, here's the Debora store. So we just got to look quickly on the outside before going inside. There's a vintage dress there on the right for the ladies, if you're into vintage dresses. So they do get old dresses from time to time if you're into that, and vintage ones. So you're just looking on the shelves for any antique bits. If you watch my previous videos, you'll see the kind of things I've picked up randomly from these different stores. Like I say, I'm really looking forward to winter. Alright, time to head off to the next store. So we're going to go into Barnardos, have a quick look in here. So yeah, spotted these candle holders. I don't think they're very old, but they look quite nice. A very nice barley twist wooden midsection, which would be oak. You can see the price for the pair. And some nice cake stands. So they're quite well priced. If you're watching this and you live locally and you see something, go for it, because they will be sold quite quick. There are definitely other people watching these videos, and they are going down and buying these bargains. So I recommend you act quickly if you're interested in anything you see in this video. Right, let's get to the next store. There's a nice cake shop next door. Right, we're going to go into Scout, but a quick look in the window first. So it's an antique boutique store. It's not a charity shop. And they do have quite good stuff, pretty good stuff, I'd say. Very high quality. So just looking in both windows just to show you. Now that's a nice copper lobster jelly mold and a fish mold. So I like the lobster one more, actually. You don't see them very often, and they look nice on the wall in the kitchen. A couple of tigers. I think they're made from glass. And some horses. I think they're Shire horses, I might be mistaken. Anyway, let's go inside and have a look. And some darning mushrooms. If you need to fix your socks or whatever else you need to fix, they're very useful. So So just going to show you the blue and white ceramics on the shelves. You can see the price of that bowl, £25. So that printer's tray is still there. Hey everyone. So we'll look in this cabinet quickly. I see a pair of nice glass vases. So just looking for anything that they might have just put in that I don't recognize. But anyway, let's go over to the jewelry section on the main desk. Just to show you the silverware and other things they've got and jewelry. So like I say, looking forward to Sunday for the bargains, early morning bargains. It's been a very busy week. Like I say, if you see anything here that you like, go for it. It's going to be gone. Right, let's go to the next store. And I'll show you a little bit of Stockbridge on the way. Here's a nice coffee shop, books and a cup. What I like about Stockbridge is it was not very busy compared to the rest of Edinburgh, especially around the Royal Mile, Princes Street, which was absolutely packed with people. So that's why I like Stockbridge. It's quiet. It's like a village inside the city. You know, it's pretty cool. So we're going to go into the cancer research shop. Hey everyone, we're going to go straight to the back where all the bric-a-brac is. So there appears to be a carved stone, like a figure. You can use it as a paperweight. And just looking around the shelves. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you've spotted that I didn't notice or I didn't mention. That might be pretty amazing. So that would be great for Easter. You could put sweets in that. Use it as a sugar bowl as well. Here's an interesting type ceramic vase with a lid. It appears to be covered with ladybugs decorations. So that's it for today. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, if you liked this video, please subscribe, and till next time, thank you.